What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Blockchain Brew Show. We are your hosts today. We have Trent and Nada over here, and we got T Square over here. You call me T for short. Call him Trent. And we are going to kick butt and take names today. We're going to cover news, and I got distracted looking at Trent's background. I saw just Home Depot advertisement in the back there, but it's all good, guys. And
guys, breaking news: the channel is sponsored by Home Depot now.
Yeah, all right. That's immediately what my head was going to. I hope everybody had a fantastic Independence Day. Happy birthday, America 249. What a freaking year. And yeah, so guys, before we get started, Trent is here on a Saturday. We're gonna smash that golden like button, not down, but up, because we are happy to survive another year. Got the subscribe bell, get a couple of rings. I actually got more than 4 that time, so I felt pretty good about that. Usually I kind of struggle with my rings. Find the subscribe button in one of these corners over here. We have to ask, because YouTube, it's such a favorite moment of my life to have to ask for subscriptions and thumbs ups. But you know, it's how you got to do what you got to do, guys, right? You know, and I know it. We got to grow and do our thing. But over there on Rumble, they just love us and they always support us, and they boost us in their algorithm. We don't have to ask. They just like us that much over there. They're like, we want more crypto content. Oh, yeah, we got to go over there. And then we got a Kick and our little Twitch over there. They're hanging out, kicking ass and taking names also. So let's get on going. So I'm actually out of beer because the 4th, kind of drained my supply. But I don't know if you guys can tell, but I made a gin and tonic. I don't know if you guys ever had a gin and tonic, but they're quite good. I actually added a few mint leaves to it because I like mint and it grows in my garden, and my garden's going phenomenal, man. I actually grew a bunch of tomatoes. I don't really eat tomatoes, but I guess I'm going to eat some this year. And I got some romaine growing, some lettuce, but I discovered as if you don't top your lettuce, it grows like 4 feet and it sprouts flowers. Never knew that. It's like my first year growing them. And then I found out you're supposed to top them like 3 times for the whole season. And if you don't, the lettuce gets kind of a little bitter, but you can still eat it. For that I know of. But, just, hey, why not? So, cheers.
Cheers. Well, later on tonight, I am going to a prayer meeting at a church. And, I figure that the priests didn't go into the temple in the Old Testament after they had wine. So, I'm no beer today, but I do have a sexy white monster. Such a beautiful can, especially like, after you wake up in the morning.
Isn't the Monster Clause the letter number 6 in Hebrew, and it says 666 on the can? Hey, answer this for me. Somebody told me
it says unleash the beast. Yeah.
Well, somebody told me in like the back of the can where like all the ingredients are, it actually says the F word. Is that true? Or maybe it might be in another language.
I think that it's on the. You ever see the huge cans? Like
that
one tops. Says. No, the ones that were even bigger than that. I don't know if they sell them anymore, but they're like 64 ounces, and they used to say BFC on it. It was a big effing can. Yeah.
Big effing can. Makes me think of that movie that came out I had no interest in when I was a kid. It was like BFG, Big Freaking Giant or something like that.
I've got a Monster and a Reese's cup.
That's a big Reese's cup.
No, it's very small.
I mean, flip it sideways. No, I normally large Reese's cup.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. That's thick. That's a thick cup.
Well,
what we got? You gonna give us a little ASMR? Not like that. With your can.
Oh yeah, I already did.
Oh, I didn't think I even heard you say ASMR.
Oh yeah, well I forgot, but I did crack it.
freaking over there rubbing a candy wrapper. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? It's not a genie in a wrapper. Jeez.
What
Check out the
what is it? What are the bubbles showing us?
The bubbles. Let's go off of the market cap size. We got Bonk. Bonk came out with like a Bonk Pump Fun like thing, and I guess it's been pretty hot. I actually haven't tried anything about it, but I've had a couple of different people talk to me about it. Like, oh, that's really interesting. Good for them. I've always liked Bonk. I'm disappointed that I let it go when I did. I think I sold it up here, but I just believe in it so much. I wish I bought more in this bear market range.
Yeah.
Uniswap's up 4.5%. And there you go, Trent. You should short Uniswap right now. It's the only thing that's up.
I should actually.
And do I think Uniswap's going to be a leader and pull the whole market up? Probably not. I'll probably come back down to where everything else is at.
Right.
Not financial advice. Check out the top 200. ADA's up 0.5%, 57 cents. Pi coin is at 46 cents. Pi is actually kind of stabilizing a little bit more. It's kind of been on this downtrend trajectory, but I mean, it was so freaking hot. There was no reason for it to be $3. There's almost no reason for it to be 46 cents because I don't really know much about what it does. But it's still relevant.
Hey, all anyone knows is Stanford graduates, right?
Yeah. You like AMP?
No.
Guy? No? Oh my goodness. Hey, Turbo. Come on, Turbo. We got this. We come back, dog. We'll bounce up bigger and badder than before.
AMP was like the only coin in 2021 that I actually sold and took profits on.
Really? Did you invest in something else and then watch that go down?
No, I actually just kept that cash. But it wasn't much. It was under $1,000.
Yeah. Hey, John316, smashing the like button. Thank you for showing up, John. We appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir.
Are you on the road today? Did you have to drive for the 4th? Did you get your holiday off? Okay, well, it doesn't seem like there's a whole lot going on.
Useless coin is up 10%.
Yeah, I know, right? You know what's really interesting? I'm going to jump into the charts a little bit. I was looking at Stella and doing some other stuff before we got on the show. So I was talking to a friend of mine, and you know how we've been saying all week that we wouldn't be surprised if we go down to like 7K and hit those liquidations. We actually hit a few of them, but you know, where are we at? 12 hour. He texted me yesterday. I was going with a 4 hour. I like this time 12 hours ago, and I think it was like right here. Where are we at right now? Yeah. No. Yeah, it was right here. And he goes, "It's a red day. The whole market is dead. It's going down." Actually, it was even earlier than that. It was like right over here when he texted me. I'm like, dude, chill out. It's okay. We were saying that it could drop to 7K. It's okay, man. Like, this is just sideways consolidation period. You can't, it's up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. It's really, that's all it's been doing. It was very sideways, Hasn't gone up, hasn't gone down. And I just can't let it get to you, dude. Right now we have a good little anchor wave, trigger wave on the 4 hour for Bitcoin. We could rock and roll with that. We have 31 minutes of the candle closes. 12 hour. Oh, that's weird. Almost a weird double toppy on blue momentum waves. I don't really know what to think of that. I haven't seen one so perfect like that in a while. But the momentum is obviously coming down, but the money flow is coming in. The VWAP's coming up in DBSIs, saying possibly another bearish candle. But we had a strong wick down. We came up, gave most of it back, came down, came back up. I don't know, man. Like if it's going to crash pretty hard. The daily, it's very close to flipping negative. We don't have bearish divergence. We might flip the momentum wave might roll on us bearish, but the upper wave looks pretty good. The VWAP's at 0. It's literally undeterred at the moment in what it wants to do. Green money flow doing its thing, but the 2 days very strong 2 day, and we close in actually 30 minutes. Wow, we'll probably still be streaming when this closes. That'll be kind of cool. We'll watch this close and we go back over it. Let's see. We got the 1 day closing. We use high kind of sheet candles on the show. We're actually, what's the price at? 106 on regular candles. High kind of sheet were also 106. You know, Trent, I was just looking. I totally forgot that we have the daily close today and the 2 day close today. And the 2 day is very bullish still. Like, it doesn't have any signs, but we know that we are going to drop red. And I know this because we're at 108,800 on high kind of sheet, and regular candles we're at 108,200. So we know right now currently we're higher than where we're actually at, so we'll come down a little bit red. The 3 day also closes today. Isn't that interesting? The 1 day, 2 day, and 3 day all aligned today. We'll get a lot of data to be able to go over here. The 5 day we're not too worried about. The weeklies tomorrow. Yeah. You know, the 2 days really bullish. That's why we got going for us in Bitcoin. The dominance, go check out the dominance level. You could say on the 2 day, this could be some sort of bearish dominance on the dominance. Little downwards action on the bottom, upwards action on the top. We have a doji candle with a DBSI saying that the bears are in control. The 21 hasn't rolled over on itself yet, though. And then the money flow interaction on Bitcoin Network is still quite thick. The VWAP is negative. It had a little bit of not very negative, but it did have a little bit of push to going up. Wow, it's crazy. It does kind of look like it's starting to get around the top, Trent.
Yeah.
It's starting to get like that. I don't know what you want to call it. Like, it's not going straight up anymore. It's kind of like curving.
I mean,
but currently the 5 day has a red dot on it.
Yeah.
3 day. Oh, the 5 day is just about to have. Oh yeah, 5 day does have a red dot. 3 day does have a red dot. 2 day also has a red dot. That's where we get our bearish divergence. A little interesting. I wonder if alt season's coming up sooner than we think. What's really kind of what we've been waiting for is this dominance to roll over. And guys, I mean, look at it. It's like almost on a freaking straight line. It's pretty wild.
Right.
Things don't go up forever, especially straight as this. It's pretty incredible.
Yeah.
You know, something else too I wanted to check out is we can flip over to Bonk, because Bonk was kind of a fun one to look at because it's the biggest pumper of the day. See what we kind of see on it. It was also a pretty big pumper too this last week, I thought. It's kind of interesting. We're finally getting some monthly chart data on it because it's getting to that age where you can do that. We have a weekly green dot anchor trigger wave. That's actually super bullish, Trent, for Bonk. Is meme season coming back, and is Bonk going to lead the way?
Could. I mean,
strength's coming up. The Stokes are low.
Yeah.
The trigger wave VWAP just hit positive. This is actually feeling pretty good. Even though the 8 day trend view, you could say the weekly's right here, and you watch the bottom VWAP, it actually pops up a little bit. The 5 day is looking good. 3 day is looking good. We haven't flipped out of this red bottom wave, but they've looked at the VWAP. The VWAP's super strong. The upside, we're oversold. Strength coming in. Anchor trigger wave. No bullish divergence.
Well, and you were just saying that 3 day and 5 day look bad on Bitcoin dominance, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, that's a bit of confluence. You know, if memes could be getting a pump soon and Bitcoin dominance is overheated, then, you know, that tells you something. I wish that so much liquidity wasn't flowing into memes, but, you know, what can you do?
Wow. Exactly. You know, I can't remember who I was listening to today and what time frame they were talking about, but I think they said it was like total 3 on like a larger time frame, like the first time in a long time we've had some sort of bullish divergence happening.
Hmm.
I just don't remember which one they were talking about. You might be able to find that better than me using your charts. You want to take a peek real quick at one of the totals?
Yeah,
See
sure.
if you can find some divergence on a larger time frame, expand it out a little bit.
Yeah. Let's see here. I'll share my screen. And so over here on the total 3, the entire crypto market cap, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. So this is all of the altcoins. We're coming in at 831 billion, and the 200-day moving average sits up here at 869. If I go up to the week, let's see the weekly chart, then it looks like our all-time high, if you count it from this wick back here in 2021. Well, no, actually, our all-time high is this most recent wick at $1.16 trillion for altcoins. So just to get back to that peak, we have some room to run. I do like that we're holding this previous resistance as support.
Calvin,
I'll draw those lines real quick. You know, we did kind of come down and test this zone.
ooh, that sounds so
this
good,
level right
Calvin.
here. And then but that didn't last long. We got back above that. And so far, so good. We're holding this previous area of resistance as support on total 3. Where we don't yet have a bullish cross on the MACD on the weekly.
Hey, Trent.
Oh yeah.
Can I tell Calvin about some of the exciting news we got this week, or should I wait a little longer?
And go for it. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Calvin. So guess what? So we are partnering up with a new company, and it's going to be paid content, paid sponsorship, but it's going to give us an ability to put out more videos and drastically increase like our output, because now we can actually afford to start hiring out some people. It's not crazy large number, but for our size, I'm pretty excited for what we're going to be capable of doing, and I think they see big things with us. Is one of the reasons why we're going to do it. But so we're pretty excited to be able to give you guys more non-live stream videos where we can actually do like a pre-recorded talks on whatever coin you guys want to do a deep dive on. I mean, how do you feel about that, Trent?
Yeah, I mean, and we're going to get back to pre-recorded anyways. I was putting out, quite a bit of pre-records there for a little bit. And we are going to get back to it. The goal is definitely one live stream and one pre-record every single day. We've got to.
Wow, that's an awesome goal, Trent. I don't think you told me that. I'm pretty excited.
Yeah, I mean, we got to work up to it a little bit, but we're gonna get there. At one point, we fell off for a little while. At one point, we were doing like averaging 3 pre-records a week, and so that's my first goal, is get back there and then work up from there. But so the partnership that we got, it's a company called Chainbound. What they basically do is they match creators with projects that are looking to they match projects that are looking to pay for sponsored content. They match them with creators. And then Chainbound is like a middleman. They take a little cut of it, and you go from there. So basically what Tyler's telling you guys is that, we are going to be, shilling some stuff here and there, but not really, because we're going to disclose that we were paid to make that content. And so the first coin that we're going, or the first project that we're going to do is NAMI Finance, and that'll be coming up next week. But yeah, there you go.
Let's go, man. And we're also pretty excited too, Calvin, because due to all of our awesome people who use our affiliate links, we got a little bit of a bonus with our Bitfire account, and we actually took our first money we've ever made, and we sent that over to our creator of our thumbnails. So she kicks ass. Sometimes you'll see in here called Nesquick. She's like a thumbnail creator. She does a fantastic job, and it's really nice to be able to give back to the people who've helped us out early on. And so, thank you so much, Nesquick, for all the thumbnails you've done. It's a shout out. We really appreciate it.
Blessings right back to you, John.
Yeah, John, thank you. Are you on the road today, John?
He says, "Are we bullish?" Well,
dude, we've actually nailed it a lot this last week, Trent. Did you know that?
Yeah. So what I'm seeing with Total 3, coming back to this, is that I'm glad to see that we're for the moment holding this previous level of resistance as support, and we did get this bullish engulfing candle to kind of give some oomph behind that. And that's on the weekly chart. The stochastics could be turning around soon. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I'm going to pull you off real quick. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say that John asked if we're bullish, and we have 18 minutes so we get our close on a lot of different time frames. But currently we have an anchor trigger wave on the 4 hour, and we have an anchor trigger wave that's been playing out on the 1 hour. Going right now, and we did have a couple trigger waves to the downside, and they didn't have enough push to push us down. And the trigger wave going to the upside is actually currently above the 2 trigger waves to the downside, with the VWAP also playing in our favor going up with the money flow that's coming in. And then on the 4 hour, we have the green dot. Now this type of pattern, it very makes me a little cautious, okay, just because the light blue is so close to flipping or extending to like a bearish tone, which we don't like to see, but it did roll over. We're tied ish, rolled ish over. But if we can close positive, which we currently are, because we're above this price target right now, I believe. Yeah, we have $100 more than where we're currently at. I will be very bullish on the 1 hour, 4 hour, and 12 hour. I'm not super bullish on. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna give you guys some bullshit. I'm just gonna tell you the truth. The 12 hour and the daily are bearish. But now the tricky part is, which we're gonna be on the show when this happens, is the 2 day and the 3 day. We are bullish. So, and a basket of scrambled eggs. The 1 hour and 4 hour good. I'd say the next 10 hours are gonna be good for us. Now but we're gonna watch this candle to really give you a good idea. And then we'll say 10 hours is good. We'll say 12 hours to 20 hours bearish. And then we can hit the bullish going from the couple of days forwards. But we're going to find out a little bit more on the show. But right now, I would be currently leaning bullish, but we'll know a little bit more in about 15 minutes. Okay, Trent, sorry. I don't know if I derailed your thought.
No, you're good. Yeah. So let's see. Okay, I'm up. So
which is pretty good, John, for a weekend holiday.
Yeah. On Bitcoin, on the daily.
I'm sorry, Chad. I got to say one more time. We have somebody over here on Kick. We've never had anybody over here on Kick. I wanted to give him a shout out. Macabre 23. How are you? How you doing, Macabre? Where we are all from? Where you all from? We're from Seattle. Trent is from the desert. I was trying to get him to shoot Rockstar at his nose.
Southern California. Yeah. Yeah, welcome. Anyone coming in on Kick, Rumble, Twitch. We love to see it. So over here on Bitcoin, on the daily chart, we're holding the 21 EMA. Sorry, the 21 MA. We're above it. The stochastics are high. But that's okay. Even a move down to the 21 would reset that. A move, just a general move sideways will continue to reset that. I mean, the other thing that can reset it is, you know, we pump up a little bit like this, you know, and then as we do, the stochastics get a little bit of a bounce, and then we correct to the 21, and then the stochastics really reset. If all that makes sense. So, you know, I'm not too worried when I see high stochastics. That doesn't mean I'm bearish. It just means I wouldn't trust along too much right now with high stochastics. That's all it means.
That's how it comes across my chart too, Trent. It's like, well, in the market cipher, they combine the Stokes to a red and green line. I don't know if you ever seen me talk about it. I'm like, well, the red line's kind of high, but it doesn't really mean that necessarily that we're going to go down, because that's how stochastics work sometimes.
Right. Correct. So, you know, that's the only thing that I don't like about this chart. I mean, you could say that we have a little bit of a formation of lower highs. However, we also have higher lows, right? And so all that means, I'll draw it real quick.
Trent, do you think with the big, beautiful bill, people saving with all their overtime and all this other tax breaks, that money could actually be retail getting ready to amp up and put into the market?
It could be, but I don't think...
Yes, quick. Welcome in. We shouted you out. I don't know if you saw it or not. Thank you for all the thumbnails. They are amazing. I'm so glad that we can help get you tokens of appreciation. I had to think about it. My verbs. You accept our tokens with honor, and it's a great honor to use your thumbs, not toes.
Yeah. So, yes, thank you, Nesquik. So when you have lower highs, what you don't want to do is look at that right away and assume the wrong thing. You assume a downtrend when you see lower highs. However, a downtrend is lower highs and lower lows. Okay? So this spot right here is a higher low. You have lower highs and higher lows. All that really means is consolidation. So you're creating this this sideways trading channel right here, and that's all we're doing. It may take a little while longer to break out of this. Just going to be honest. I mean, we can continue to range up to 109, 110, and we could continue to range back down as low as 101. I mean, I'd have to look at the 4 hour to see if that...
As much as I want to admit you're not right, you're right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's true. We could go back down to 101. As much as I don't want to say that is a possibility, it is a possibility.
Yeah.
But what'd you say before, Trent? Like the amount of time we've spent over 100K, it's never happened before.
Oh, I mean, you know, with the exception of how many hours did we spend at like 98 during the Iran conflict? Here's the thing about that. It took literal missiles being dropped from United States aircrafts onto Iran nuclear areas to get Bitcoin to spend like 15 hours, or maybe it was less than that, in order to get Bitcoin to spend 15 hours at like 98K. I mean, think about it.
That's it. That was mainly shorts that pushed us there too.
Right.
Oh, not shorts, but longs.
Other than that, we've held over 100K for like almost 50 days now. It's the longest by far that Bitcoin has ever spent above $100,000 in valuation in its entire existence. Guys, like, if that alone doesn't make you bullish, you know, what this kind of reminds me of is I'll go find it on the weekly because it'll be easier. I'll tell you what this reminds me of. It reminds me of the bull flag that we were forming back here.
Carlos, hey, we have a new. That's a scam. Where's JG?
It reminds me of this. Okay, this was the flag that we were forming through basically all of 2024, and we broke out of this in Q4. We broke out in October, and we continued to rally through the Trump election rally. Okay, and so the move that we're getting now, I'm not saying it's going to last as long. I'm just saying it's reminding me of that bull flag from that we spent most of 2024 forming, right? And so this is actually a good thing. And when did we get a pump for altcoins? Well, we got it when Bitcoin finally broke out of the flag, which sounds counterintuitive, right? Like, you think if Bitcoin's going up, you know, you want Bitcoin to go down to get an altcoin season? No. You just want Bitcoin dominance to go down, right? Bitcoin in 2021, when altcoins flew and Bitcoin dominance crashed down to 40%, 38% at some points, Bitcoin was still doubling in price while that happened. Bitcoin dominance crashed by 20 percentage points while the Bitcoin price was doubling. The reason that happens is that
Calvin, feeling your energy.
Is that altcoins are flying, are flying like, you know, 10, 20, 50x while Bitcoin is doubling. That's why that happens. Bitcoin above 100K, yet no one gives a damn. Best news ever. Exactly. Exactly.
What's funny is I thought for sure we would have hit 100K last mark, and the fact that we're here now and we haven't even hit alt season yet, you know, I mean, it just tells you how exciting times we're in.
Yeah. So I will come down to the 4 hour real quick on Bitcoin. Okay, so the Stokes are low on the 4 hour. We have some work to do on the MACD down here, but it is rounding. We're rounding that bottom, so I like to see that.
We are.
Other than that,
what's MACD short for?
Call it by its government name, the Moving Average Convergence Divergence. It's basically a it takes the way that the various moving averages, you know, not to sound redundant, but the way that they converge and the way that they diverge from each other. And so, you know, if there's someone out there that is not accustomed to using it, The little green and red bars that you see down here at the bottom is called the histogram. And that shows you, the lazy way of saying is it shows you momentum. And so when you have the red right here turning to light red, or I guess you could call it pink, that's showing that the bearish momentum is slowing, right? Now the line that goes right down here and cuts through the middle of the histogram is called the zero line. So one thing that you look for is a move like this back here, where, by the way, the blue line is called the MACD line, and the orange line is the signal line. Okay, but the zero line is right here in the middle of the histogram, and when you get above the zero line, that's a good sign. If you fall below the zero line, it's a bad sign. And the other thing that you look for is a cross, and for this, the higher the time frame, the more this matters. But a bullish cross on the MACD is when the blue MACD line crosses the orange signal line. So the blue line crosses the orange line. You have a cross right here, and look what happened afterward. Okay, you have a cross right here. It wasn't as dramatic, but hey, if you longed it, that's still a beautiful pump. You know, you can go back and back test it. I mean, every time. You know, so there's the MACD for you. It's a powerful indicator, especially when you go to the 3-day chart. You know, bullish MACD crosses on the 3-day tend to play out in pretty wild fashion. I mean, this one right here, man, that's longing the bottom and spending the next, let's just pull the measuring tool. That's longing the bottom and spending the next 99 days up on that trade for a 93% gain. I mean, if you're on 3x leverage, that's, you know, almost a 300% gain. So, hey, MACD cross on the 3-day chart is gold. And so, you know, let's just look at what that means for where we are right now. And if I pull it up, trying to expand it a little bit. Maybe I can't. I don't know. But you can see down here at the bottom, they're not. They want to cross, but they're not. I don't know if you can see it from your screen. From your side, I have to squint a little bit. But they're separating just a bit. And what we actually had was a bearish cross back here. Okay. Now that was at the top of the flag. And what happened? That was before the you know, US bombing Iran conflict, and it did drop us 10 grand. You know, off of that bearish MACD cross. Now, there's hope here. Like, look, there are times. Go back here and look at this. Look at this bearish cross, and it basically equated to some sideways action. right? You know, anyways, I won't belabor the point, but you know, we could be looking sometime here soon at a bullish cross on the MACD coming into play. And, you know, when we get that, that's going to be a really, really great signal for the bulls. I'll look real quick, just give some initial thoughts about, oh wait, we have a candle disclosed, right? Let's see. Oh, are you there, Tyler? Oh, okay. Sorry. Candle just closed. So let's go ahead and look at where it closed at. New candle just opened. The candle we had, the candle, the daily candle close was green. That's good. Let's see. The 2-day also closed. And that closed red, but look, it was not a bearish engulfing candle. It's only about half the size of the green candle before it. So, you know, I like to see that. Going back to the 1 day, you know, sometimes, you know, you have a red candle here, and instead of getting a bullish engulfing candle, if you're bullish, you'll spend the next 2 or 3 candles getting above that red candle. I do have to be honest though that I don't think that's going to happen yet, just because that would mean that we're breaking out of the top of this channel, and I do think that we're coming back to the 21 day moving average at 106,300 before we can talk about getting outside of this channel. I don't think that from the spot that we're sitting that we're just gonna break above it immediately. Now the Stokes, look at what, okay, we got that close, and look at what happened on the stochastics for the daily. We are getting a bit of a reset already.
Did I just say I love you on the mic, Trent?
No.
Okay. I love you anyway, Trent.
I know.
I love you so much. I criticize myself when you're not here. I'm like, oh, I called him too many times today. He's upset at me. I'm in the doghouse. I'm sorry.
No. So, you know, I like, this candle close is just boring to me. It's not giving me anything one way or another. I do like that the Stokes are falling and we don't have to get a big dump to make it fall. But you know, it's not doing much for me other than that. We're in this channel.
What's up?
Hey.
What's up, Drammer? John too. Like, you know, another thing too, I think we captivate very well with our channel is that we grab people because you get the real, honest, raw data. Because we're not ginormous channel that you can't like hone in and be able to talk to people one-on-one and be able to feel that raw feeling still. And I think I love Coin Baron. I think Coin Baron, you can still get that captivation from him. And I think channels like our size are some of the ones that you can lean on the most, because we literally have nothing to gain from like lying to you guys. We're literally telling you what we see. And I think you get a lot of honesty from us. I think that's really strong vibe. And I love having you in our channel, John. And you found us through Coin Baron, right? Or did you find us before then? Because I remember seeing you, but I can't remember if it was before or after. Dremmer came from JJ over there. Hey, Dremmer, next time you're in JJ's channel, tell him we said hey. Well, I try to jump over there as much as I can. If you are traveling to the conference next year, use code blockchain and get a free extra pat down from the TSA. Oh,
hey, T-Square will be there giving away pat downs himself.
No, I don't pat men. Maybe women. I could pat women down. No transmit either. That's just weird. That weirded me out. I don't know how I'd feel about that.
Look, a pat down.
I'll be like pat down transmit. I'm like, this isn't real. This isn't normal. I don't know what I'm doing.
A pat down is just a pat down. It doesn't, you know.
Oh, did you like that, John? I appreciate you watching it. We're gonna set up one too. I actually reached out to J Chains. You guys, I don't know if you guys follow J Chains, and he said on Wednesday that he's gonna jump onto our channel and we'll do an interview with him about VeChain. He's hardcore in that ecosystem, and it'd be good to really catch up with him too.
Yeah, for sure.
Patting down at all boys. That's so messed up. John, I thought you're religious. Saying something stupid like that makes me feel like a pervert boy toucher.
we can joke about the realities of life.
Reality. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Drummer's over there not saying anything after he said that. I'm like, either he's staying back and watching us all burn, or he's like, I'm in that category.
Why do I feel like Drummer just watches us for pure entertainment? Yeah. You know, like he, you know, I don't know. It's like not for any trading value that we give or whatever. It's just like for pure fun. Which, hey, you know, that's the brew part of the blockchain brew, right?
Exactly. You know what I was doing in that 5-7 minutes right there, Trent, is my wife was hungry and I had to get food figured out for the day. But hey, I'm gonna pull you down, Trent. I'm gonna reel us all back into reality here. Okay. What did you say, Trent? The candle closed. Finally, let's take a look at the candles. Okay, so the daily, guys. Wait, I'm on BTC. So I literally said before the daily did not look overly great. Remember that, Trent? I literally said that. I said the 4 hour felt strong. The daily didn't feel great.
You're on the 16 hour.
Actually, I should work our way up. So the 1 hour, the momentum's still strong. Okay, it's still strong. It hasn't even curved over yet. So I'm feeling we're gonna break out, at least up to 108,500, which is nothing huge. And I think we're gonna go maybe jump up almost to 109 on the 1 hour. Within the 4 hour, we saw the anchor trigger wave. We now have the green dot confirmed. The VWAP is coming up, so that is a good sign. Now we're gonna jump over the 12 hour. The 12 hour.
Wait. Go back to the 4 hour real quick.
Okay.
You know, the 21, like there's some space there between the 21 and the price. So, yes. You know, you gotta.
Hey, that's right at 109.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
So we're gonna come up to probably 109, and we're gonna decide what we're gonna do from there. With the anchor trigger wave on the 4 hour is pretty strong. We have a 19 on the DBSI, and the bears have zero push right now. Their bears are in front of a game camera, and they don't even know they're being watched currently. So it's a good, strong sign that we got there. We jump over the 12 hour. We were heading straight down. Now, I'm not saying we're bullish on the 12 hour, but we're getting a little bit of curvature on there. It's not straight down anymore. It's kind of almost getting around. Starting to look a little rounded. And we have the VWAP that's slightly.
You like curvature, don't you?
I love curves. I love them curves. And I'm not talking about the charts right now. But the VWAP, you know, we did increase a little bit good on the VWAP. Man, you really make me sound. Between you and Jeremy make me feel like a horrible person. I'm either a pervert because John says I like boys, which is not true. Don't clip that. And I got Trent saying you like them curves, don't you? But no, the money flow's coming in good. The VWAP's starting to come up, and we're getting a little bit of a rounded bottom. We're technically oversold, and the strength is. You guys can't really tell it, maybe from your angle, but my angle, we maybe have clipped up one number on the strength and the oversold index or RSI, whatever the screen line is, and it's starting to look like we came up just a little bit. And the DBSI says we might flip green on the 12 hours. So I'm feeling pretty good now. I'm I'm really glad that we hung out and waited. The daily just closed.
Drummer, if you didn't know, the show is sponsored by Home Depot now. Crypto, do it yourself.
Home Depot sells wedding flowers too. Go there, plan your wedding. In aisle 118, next to electrical. What was I saying? So we do have a red dot now on the daily, which is not confirmed, but we're bullish on the 1 hour and 4 hour. Hopefully, if we can flip the 12 hour, I'm pretty confident that we'll flip the daily too. The 2 day kind of got a little bit around the top. It went from, this is what we just got, Trent, that data right there, and we definitely for sure we were going at a 45, and now we're almost at like a 25-degree angle, which is not super great. The 3 day, you can clearly see the 3 day also closed. We went from a 45 to like a 15-degree angle. Not great. Not terrible. The VWAP also the VWAP just clipped down a little bit, which is I really don't like that, to be honest with you. Especially because we got the freaking weekly tomorrow. Hopefully we close our green dot. If we close the green dot, I'll feel a little better. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I feel a little better. But I would say bullish 1 hour, 4 hour, bullish. Hopefully we can turn that into a rounded bottom. The 12 hour, which means the 12 hour we might just trade sideways, and then the 12 hours after that we might be you spend that middle section right here. It doesn't just do this. It kind of scoops them, and then we kind of do that, up and away. Yeah. So 1 hour, 4 hour bullish, maybe sideways. After that, we'll jump. Hopefully, yes. Can we take a peek at ETH, Trent? Are we able to look at ETH?
Yeah. Well, I my prayer meeting is at 6. Look at ETH real quick. I'm going to share a couple pieces of Cardano news. And
okay.
Then, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we could do that. You know what? Okay, I'm gonna go run really fast through this, guys, so I can also share a piece of news before a transparent meeting. Okay. Anchor trigger wave, we're good. We're still going up. Red wave should get down. VWAP going down. Strength going up. We just hit oversold. Okay, that's great. 4 hour. Anchor trigger wave. We just got the green dot on the trigger wave. Great. We have 4 hours to go to figure if that plays out. If that plays out, it will also work with Bitcoin, and we'll be pumping a little bit. 12 hour. Rounded thing, just like Bitcoin. Hopefully, the 1 hour and 4 hour flips will also flip ETH, which could happen with Bitcoin. The daily, we also have the red dot, not super great. We're not confirmed though. The 2 day, it's kind of hard to tell through the yellow wave. It does look like it did go from like a 45 to a 25 angle, but the money flow is still getting thicker. So hopefully that can actually, you need the money flow to do anything. So that's good that it's thick. We want it thick, which could give us signs later to that's just being a fake out, false signals. 3 day, the momentum definitely slowed down. We really don't want to have some negative news because we don't want this to turn to a anchor trigger wave to the downside. That is a possibility, especially with the VWAP just shrinking a little bit. Okay, but I don't think we're entering the bear market in any ways right now.
No.
That's the good news. Okay, now I'm gonna jump over to Trent. Trent will take it away, and then I'll probably wrap it up when he's done. That's okay with you, Trent?
Yes.
Okay.
So by way of Cardano news, before I share it, let me there we go.
You should do the BitBuy.
Yeah. So before I share a couple important pieces of Cardano news, guys, we do have to just remind everybody watching that with our link to BYDFi, or BidFi, however you want to pronounce it, Biddle Your Dream Finance, our exchange of choice for trading, pretty soon here it might become one of our 2 exchanges of choice for trading, but that, and I think that the way that we're going to do that, and I'll just say what it is. We're talking to somebody from Blowfin, right? But what I plan on doing myself is, using one exchange for swing trading and one exchange for scalping, But we'll see. Got to find out, Got to find out what all the
You
bells
should
and
zoom in
whistles
on.
are
You
gonna
should zoom in on it, Trent.
be. Okay, got you. If I can't, oh yeah, there we go. So with our link,
I usually just click on it. That's what I usually do.
Yeah, but with our link to BYDFi, and here's my point in bringing up Blowfin, right? The real advantage of using any of these links is getting this deposit bonus, right? And I don't know what the deposit bonus is going to be on Blowfin, but hey, this ratio is pretty good. I have a hard time imagining that it's going to beat this ratio right here. And that's no shade on Blowfin. It's just, like, this is a good ratio. Like, you deposit $100 and you get 60% of that in bonus. Like, everything from $500 to $5,000 of deposit, you get 20% cash back on that. You don't have to meet a certain trading volume. You don't have to do anything. You can withdraw the money that you deposited right away. So, and you don't have to deposit it in USDT, right? If you're holding $5,000 in, let's just say XRP on Coinbase, you don't have to sell your asset for Tether. You send that XRP over to BYDFi. If you have over $5,000 worth of that of deposit, and you're gonna get 1,000 USDT in your bonus wallet, you can withdraw your deposit right away and then trade with the bonus that they gave you.
I mean, all they're really doing with the bonus expansion, guys, it's like a free sample.
Yeah.
They say, hey, if you trust us, we'll give you a bigger piece of a bigger sample. Hey, come try it out, see if you like it, and if you really like it, and you really feel like you're looking for a new trading activity, give us a bigger chunk. You can even withdraw if you want, and we'll give you a bigger sample. We just want to know if you're interested. That's really what they're saying. They're evaluating your interest in trading. They want you to be able to come over and try it and sample it out. You throw your money back over, like Trent said, buy it, use your XRP, send it over, and then send it back and get your bonus and try it out. They want you just to have fun.
Yeah, exactly. So there you go. That being said, let me jump over here, share this tab instead. And so, guys, the midnight airdrop. Midnight is Charles Hoskinson's next big project. Now that Cardano is fully decentralized, now that Cardano has entered the Voltaire era of decentralized governance.
What's Voltaire stand for?
He was a philosopher from history. All of the eras are named after like mathematicians or philosophers. So even like Ada itself is named after Ada Lovelace, who was a mathematician.
Whoa, Ada's named after a woman?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Just having fun here. That was not scripted. That was all freestyle.
Yeah, so they're all.
That's just Bill Trent.
Anyways, the midnight. Now that Cardano has entered into the Voltaire era of decentralized governance, Charles is not moving on from Cardano to the next thing. Midnight is Cardano's layer 2. And it's a layer 2 for interoperability and privacy. And with
the worst, second the best.
Right, and with the advent of Bitcoin DeFi on Cardano, Midnight means that for the first time, really, you can have private Bitcoin transactions, which I know is kind of scary. Like we like everything being traceable, right? But like honestly, we like privacy too. We should I mean, I don't know. There's a reason that cash is king, right?
Yeah.
And one of the biggest reasons is that it's completely private.
Trent, what's the odds of ADA being taken over in let's say 30 years from now? From like, let's say ADA kicked ass for 25 years and some bad apple got in there. It was like, dude, ADA is going to destroy the one world currency. Is there a chance that they try to just buy as much ADA as they can to destroy the DAO itself?
I mean, I guess, but it has the highest Nakamoto coefficient of any coin, higher than Bitcoin, meaning that the distribution of holders is even more decentralized than Bitcoin. So it'd be very difficult to do. You know, and so anyways, midnight, the token is going to be airdropped, and it's going to be airdropped across holders from 8 different blockchains. You know, Cardano, obviously. Cardano holders are going to get the biggest portion of the airdrop by far. But some of the airdrop is also going to holders of Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Matic, or Polygon, and Avalanche, and a couple others. But here's the airdrop calculator. And based on how much ADA you hold, if you hold 12,500 ADA, you're going to get over 10,000 night tokens airdropped to you. And so if you have about 20,000 ADA, you'll get like 18,000 night tokens airdropped. And you know what's interesting is if you come up here, there was this tweet that said, what do you think the market cap of Midnight token will be when it launches? And Charles Hoskinson commented and said greater than 10 billion.
Wow.
So I don't know, man. What I do know is that Midnight is going to be absolutely huge. It is the next iteration of interoperability and privacy on blockchain, and it is in every way an extension of Cardano. And hey, I'm super excited about it. So
me too.
That being said, I do have to run, but yeah.
Trent's got to run, so I'm taking it over, guys. I'm going to show you 2 things before Trent leaves, because I know Trent's got to run. Guys, check it. Ooh, that was weird. Check out the liquidation maps, okay? This is just something really interesting because we don't have many longs that want to be liquidated. All everything that wants to be liquidated is the shorts. Guys, I'm telling you right now, there's no way we're not going to end without smashing those puppies up there. We're going to go. Well, there's another leg up. It's coming. Okay, this is a one month graph. Okay, it's coming. Don't you worry about a thing. Okay, Trent, how much time do I have you? I really wanted to read this one article with you.
Probably less than 60 seconds. I do gotta go.
That. Robinhood's 24/7 tokenization first threatens New York Stock Exchange revenues. Galaxy Digital Global. Robinhood plans to tokenize stocks, and its new Ethereum-compatible blockchain could shift trading volume from trading exchange like New York Stock Exchange, undermining their core revenues from trading fees and market data. According to Galaxy Digital, at the ECC conference this week, Robinhood CEO Vlad Tenev detailed plans for Robinhood chain on Ethereum-compatible Layer 2 Arbitrum Orbit. The blockchain will let users trade tokenized derivatives of stocks directly on-chain, moving assets trading outside traditional exchange hours. On Friday report, Galaxy Digital said the Robinhood's tokenization move responses assets from traditional market channels brings them on-chain, directly challenging the concentrated liquidity and activity from major TradeFi exchanges like New York Stock Exchange, their edge. Directly challenge their deep concentration liquidity and activity and gives major TradeFi exchange, New York Stock Exchange, their competitive advantage. Galaxy Digital. Okay, there you go, Trey.
Nice.
I hit it. So I think that would be pretty big. And on that note, guys, hey, Thank you for joining us on another episode of Blockchain Brew Show. We'll be here tomorrow for the weekday can of close, just like we were here for today for the 1 day, the 2 day, and the 3 day all combined. It was great, guys. We're looking forward to the next 1 to 10 hours. Hopefully the 12 hours trade sideways. After that, 12 to 14, 16, we trade sideways. And then we just have green from there. We can flip that daily red dot, make it go bye-bye, say invalidation. But we'll have to wait and see. So come in and join us tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining us. Everybody wish Trent an awesome time at church and prayer. Thank you guys for joining us. Blockchain Brew.